Nowhere Patrol is a relentless boss rush style game that definitely gives off Cuphead vibes, but does a nice job of setting it apart with almost bullet hell gameplay style. The bosses here are just silly. You fight things like a walking furnace, a lighter, and a trumpet with wings, but don't be fooled by their lighthearted designs, because each boss is incredibly tough and comes packing a ton of different attacks, often filling the screen with bullets and changing up their patterns entirely when you drain their life bar. The life bar system here is crazy. Unlike Cuphead, each boss has a life bar that you could see, but it's misleading. Draining the bar does not kill the boss, it just leads them into their next form. And you never know how many forms they have until they're dead. Some enemies have as few as 2, but others have as much as 5, with the last boss having about 13 or so. It is just nuts, and this adds a ton of tension to each fight, as you never really know when the fight is going to be over. One of my favorite moments was when I was facing a winged bell with a mustache on top of a castle. He was just so insanely difficult, and I just kept dying, but making it a little farther with each attempt. Eventually, after 3 life bars, he blew up, and I threw my arms up so excited that I finally took this beast down, and then the floor came to life and killed me. The controls here are simple. You can shoot in 6 directions, not directly up or down, but you can do the diagonals. And you have 2 specials and an invincible dash. Well, almost invincible. Most enemies will mix knives in with their attacks. These can't be dashed through. And the dash system is really cool here, and you absolutely must master it to have any chance of success, but the game also rewards you with bonuses like extra health and free damage to enemies for perfectly timed consecutive dashes, which even further incentivizes you to play well. The special attacks come in 2 varieties, one offensive that lets out a big damage attack, and a defensive one that puts up a shield and lets you absorb some health. Controls are simple, but are perfectly suited to the fast gameplay and extremely responsive. The music here is great as well and adds to the tension and excitement of each fight. The gameplay structure is perfect. There is no world map or anything like that to get in the way of the action. You beat a boss, you move on to the next boss, respawns are quick, death is frequent, but this is a game that will have your heart racing every second you are playing it. Nowhere Patrol is talked about literally nowhere, and that is an absolute crime. This is a fantastic game with tight controls, tough gameplay, and extremely well-designed bosses. Any fan of Cuphead or boss rush style games absolutely needs to play this, and for the full price of $5, just go and buy it now. You will be glad you did.